and I'm not bluffing.
With winter approaching, Vladimir Putin's unprovoked war in Ukraine is going badly for the Russian president. Under pressure that will send a shiver through the West.
We will certainly use all the means available to us, and I'm not bluffing.
With winter approaching, Vladimir Putin's unprovoked war in Ukraine is going badly for the Russian president. Under pressure, he's lashing out.
Those trying to blackmail us with nuclear weapons should know that the tables can turn on them.
A clear nuclear threat in a pre-recorded national address. Putin declaring a partial mobilization of up to 2 million reservist soldiers, conscripts to a conflict that's already seen significant Russian losses in blood, reputation and hardware. Putin's response rich in propaganda.
The politics of terror and intimidation against Russia becomes more and more barbaric and terrible.
The autocrat claiming his troops are supporting self-determination, sponsoring referendums in 4 separatist-controlled regions.
It's been our common dream for our common future, and now it is happening.
Ukraine and its allies condemning the vote.
Having installed puppet representatives in the parts of Ukraine that they've seized, and now looking to proceed with referenda that would be a sham.
We will not accept a peace dictated by Russia. This is why we will not accept any sham referenda.
Just 5 days ago, the Russian leader acknowledged his Chinese counterpart's questions and concerns about the war. Now he clearly wants to save face.
I don't want to be doomsday, but neither am I inclined to dismiss what this man may do.
The British have described Vladimir Putin's words as chilling, and the resolve of Ukraine's global allies will only harden. They know that the president's actions suggest a political vulnerability. In any case, an operation that began with a Russian boast of taking Kiev in 72 hours has now entered a dangerous new phase. Andrew Green, ABC News.
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Okakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Once an Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua. I don't want any brothers to be edified. And the beat of the war drums is continuing on, like I said in the last show, to the spirit. And it's going to continue to the end result. That end result is the final boss to make his presence known. All right. That's the only way this is all going to end, and it's not going to end in Putin's favor, nor Biden's, or especially the elite's favor. All right. What the Lord is doing, He's stirring up the pot. And he's stirring up the pot right where he wants it. If you can see the anger in Putin's eyes, the frustration in his eyes, he's not playing. He's not playing games. It's not like these American political politicians that want to dance around certain things. He's deadly serious. This is a dead serious time right now. All right, that man wants to hurt somebody, and now you could clearly see why. The scripture says what it says, how the bear is going to destroy this whore, all right? And America's allies going to turn on America because the anger is built up, okay? And if we don't know the history, Russia is beyond America's equal, all right? Beyond America's equal. It's superior to America when it comes to this army. When it comes to its Navy force and all that, the U.S. is strong in an economy-based system like it has been for the past couple of years. All right, that's it. Russia has the tools, the proper tools to wipe this place out. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures real quick, and it says Ezekiel 38, and you know what? That's what I want. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesied against him. So the prophets was sent not to prophesy for Russia, because Gog and Magog is that land where these people occupy. All right, but the Lord using them to do something to put his perfect work, his perfect order. All right. This adversary is built up to destroy the greatest adversary of all, Babylon the Great. So they're gonna destroy one another. They're both ran by Esau, Edomites. They're gonna destroy one another. That's why the scripture says, if Satan be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? And his kingdom has never really stood strong because it's always been divided. But now the Lord is stirring up that pot. It says, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And then Apostle Torah Ben broke it down what Meshech and Tubal really means, how Russia is really ancient Hebrew, which is Ra'ash Shar. Alright, Ra'ash Shar. And you break it down, it's Russia. So Russia has always been set up. Alright. And here's the point, because what did they say? They said that he's about to call in 2 million reserves. It says, verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Alright. So what does it mean to put a hook in somebody's jaws? That means what? You catch them. When you throw a fishing line, there's a hook. The fish eats the worm or whatever, and it bites it, and the hook gets on above its not above, but in his mouth. And once you have that hook, you draw that fish out. Now you have it. So Lord got them right when he want them. He put them in a position where it could have been an easy 1-2-3 war with Ukraine, with the backing of the U.S. and his allies, has become a real thorn on his side. So now he's saying, you know what? I'm going to bring out my reserves. Now these people are different from the Americans. All right, they don't play that shit. So he's disrupting their safety and so forth, because when you read Joel, was the 3rd chapter, it said, "Wake up the mighty men." So right now the men of war are being woken up. So he's calling with 2 million reserves up for this war. That's not a good thing for America. All right. It says, and I will bring thee from and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. So he was calling up his reserve, man. And he could, like I said, look at his demeanor, look at his face. I hate when it does that, but hey. Look at his demeanor, look at his face, man. Does he look like somebody that's playing around? Does he look like somebody that you just go joke around with? He's dead serious. Alright? The Lord got Russia in this trick bag. He got them hooked. Now they're left with no choice. They have to accomplish what they was called to do. Alright? Because what Putin many years ago said, that the Bible is for Russia. Alright? The Bible's for Russia. And he knows the scriptures that is spoken of. I just read it. Alright? So they know. Now they're in. They can't get out of it. So this whole World War III is a quagmire for all participants. Okay? Real quick, I'm gonna keep this short. Jeremiah 50 and I start at 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. So what's part of that assembly of great nations? alliances, China, because now they're saying that the world's mightiest is no longer Russia and America, it's Russia, America, and China. Well, if you got the two strongest economies, two strongest armies teaming up, all right, against their adversary, which is what? The U.S., that's not a good thing. Yes, the U.S. have NATO, the EU, but that's a thing that's falling apart. All right, so great companies of nations are coming together. It says, from the north country, Russia, and they shall set themselves array against her. From thence shall she be taken. The arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. And that's why he's threatening. None of these missiles that he has in his arsenal, once shot, are going to return in vain. Meaning they're not going to break ranks. They're not going to have a missile default. None of that shit. They're going to hit their target. And their target is America, Babylon the Great. War is in the air, man. It says, and the Chaldeans shall be spoiled, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. So this is the rejoicement of these nations. It says, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O daughter of my because you were glad, because you rejoice, O you destroyers of my heritage. And who's the Lord's heritage? Israel. All right, you Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. That's why when the UN meetings come about, all these nations talk about each other's dirt, and they always bring up the dirt what America has done to their slaves. But all these other nations have the same thought. They did the same thing to their slaves. All right. So the Lord's like a destroyer of his inheritance, right? It says, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and the bellows of bulls, your mother shall be confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the uttermost parts of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. That uttermost part is America. All right. It says, because the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be hollowed desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrow, for she have sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Walls are thrown down. For is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of the harvest, for the fear of the pressing sword. They shall turn everyone to his people, and shall flee everyone to his land. So this great bitch called Babylon is going to be utterly destroyed. All right, and the main adversary is Russia. Okay, Russia is going to wipe this place out. It says, let me jump down. Slovakia. The whole chapter is bad. 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all you that bend the bow. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. She was proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men shall fall in the streets, and the men of war shall be cut off. In that day, saith the Lord, behold, I'm against thee, O that most proud, saith the Lord, of hosts. For the day is come that the time that will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and shall devour all around about him. So the Lord's gonna wipe this place out. He's gonna use the Medes, all right, Gog and Magog. He's gonna use Moab. He's gonna use Persia. He's gonna use Moab again. He's gonna use EU and NATO to wipe this place out. So the beat of war is pounding louder by the second. So with that, I hope you brothers edify. And we in those beautiful times right now, man. It seems like everything's going normal, but there we go. And the Lord bring this place down, and which He will. Which He will. So shalom to the elect of the nation. Shalom.